The Death and the Great Fear, Chapter 12 of Holographic Multiverse. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be intense, probably the heaviest topic I've ever shared with you. We're diving deep into Chapter 12, The Death and the Great Fear, of my book Holographic Multiverse. And honestly, I've been putting off making this video because it's so personal, so raw. But I think it's important to share. The night everything changed. Picture this, I'm sitting there, months after my first near-death experience, and suddenly I'm right back in that terrifying place. My hands are shaking, cold sweat is pouring down my face, and my stomach is doing backflips. But here's the thing. This time, I wasn't just surviving it. I was analyzing it, trying to understand what the hell was happening to me. And that's when I discovered something that changed everything. Something I call the Great Fear. What is the Great Fear? Now, before you click away thinking this is just another anxiety video, let me be clear. This isn't your everyday fear. We all know what regular fear feels like, right? That little voice in your head saying, maybe don't do that. The Great Fear? It's something else entirely. Imagine if terror had a physical form and just invaded your body. That's what it feels like. It's this overwhelming mixture of excitement and absolute dread that completely takes over your entire system. And here's the scary part. I'm convinced this is what actually kills people in those mysterious, sudden death cases we hear about. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say they were literally scared to death? Well, I think that's exactly what happens. How it almost killed me. Let me walk you through what happened that night, step by step. First, the Great Fear hits like a tsunami. No warning, no build-up, just boom, you're drowning in terror. Then your body goes haywire. Waves of heat or cold rush through you. Your mind disconnects from your body like someone just cut the power cord. The panic starts feeding on itself. It's like being caught in a whirlpool of fear where each wave is bigger than the last. Your heart goes absolutely insane, not just beating fast, but chaotic, irregular. Your breathing becomes impossible. Your chest feels like someone's sitting on it. And then, you start to fade. That famous light at the end of the tunnel? Yeah, I saw it. I was headed straight for it.
The one thing that saved me. Here's where my story gets different from most. I didn't black out completely like my first experience. I stayed aware just enough to fight back. And you know what saved me? A clock. I'm serious. When everything in my body was screaming at me to focus on my racing heart, when every instinct was telling me to pay attention to the terror, I forced myself to stare at the hands of a clock moving on the wall. That external focus, that deliberate choice to look outside myself instead of getting trapped in the fear spiral, that's what pulled me back from the edge. The truth about dying in your sleep. This experience shattered one of my most comforting beliefs. You know how people always say they want to die peacefully in their sleep? How it's supposed to be this gentle, painless way to go? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think that's what actually happens. Here's what I think really goes down. When people die in their sleep, they're probably experiencing the Great Fear inside a nightmare. You're not peacefully slipping away. You're fighting for your life in a dream world where you can't tell what's real. Imagine dreaming you're falling off a cliff. You don't die from hitting the ground in the dream. You die from the real terror your body experiences while you're dreaming about falling. And here's the really messed up part. If you die in a dream, do you even know which reality you died in? Are you dead in the real world, or are you trapped forever in some nightmare version of dying? That's why, if I had to choose, I'd rather face death fully awake and aware. At least then I know where I am and what's happening. What this means for all of us. Look, I'm not trying to scare you. Well, maybe a little. But more importantly, I want you to understand something crucial about being human. We're all walking around with this vulnerability inside us. This great fear exists in every one of us, and under the right circumstances, it could surface. But here's the thing. We're not powerless against it. The mind that can kill us through fear is the same mind that can save us through focus. When everything falls apart, when terror tries to consume you, you have one weapon, your attention. You get to choose where you put it.
The reality check. And honestly, this whole experience made me question everything about reality itself. If I can feel pain in a dream, if I can experience emotions in my sleep that are powerful enough to kill my physical body, then what does that say about what we call the real world? Maybe everything we think is solid and real is just another kind of dream we're all agreeing to have together. I know it sounds crazy, but once you've been where I've been, those questions don't seem so far-fetched anymore. Why I'm sharing this? I'm not telling you this story just to freak you out or get views. I'm sharing it because, first, if you've ever experienced anything like this, you need to know you're not alone or crazy. Second, if sudden death has touched your family, maybe this gives you some insight into what might have happened. Third, and most importantly, you have more control than you think. Even in your darkest, most terrifying moments, you can choose where to put your focus. Find your clock hands. Find something outside the fear to anchor to. Moving forward. This chapter represents the darkest part of my journey, but it's also where I learned something invaluable about the power of human consciousness. Even when death is staring you in the face, even when every system in your body is failing, you still have that one last choice, where to place your attention. It's a fragile defense, but it's something. And sometimes, something is enough. If this video resonated with you, if you've had your own encounters with fear or mortality, share your story in the comments. We're all just trying to figure out this weird, terrifying, beautiful experience of being alive. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the holographic multiverse, I invite you to check out my book. You can get your copy right now. Just follow the link in the description below. Your support not only helps me create more content, but also fuels this journey of exploration. Want even deeper access? Join my Patreon for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a free download of my book. As a patron, you'll also receive bonus videos on how I conquered insomnia and anxiety, plus a private 30-minute call with me to explore life's biggest questions together. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X, for updates, extra content, and mind-expanding discussions. Links are all below. Thanks for going on this heavy journey with me today. Take care of yourselves and remember, you're stronger than you think, even in your most vulnerable moments. I'll see you in the next video.